அடபோச்சே.
ஹாய்டா.
Recording in progress.
Annabelle நீங்களா?
Annabelle?
Why? அந்த பேய்டா.
டேய் இதுக்கும் Annabelle-க்கும் என்னடா?
அந்த மாதிரி சவுண்டா இருக்கேன்னு சும்மா எடுத்துக்க சொல்றேன்.
ஓகே. கேன்.
So நேயர்களே, welcome back to another episode of அடபோச்சே.
Hi guys.
To my right.
Yes.
You will
Hey Bruce, எப்படி இருக்க?
Bruce, Alfred எப்படி இருக்கான்னு கேட்டு சொல்றியா?
Eating like some uncle da, you see. Hey uncle. My hand got chicken so he was nakran. Hey uncle.
நான் முறைக்கிறான்.
நீ
மரியாதையே இல்ல.
இல்ல அவன் முறைக்கிறான். டேய் நான் ஏன் நீ என்னடா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன்னு.
கடி மூஞ்ச கடி.
Cute boy.
டேய் நான் ப்ரூஸ் அதான் சொன்னேன்.
ஆமாண்டா.
எதுக்கு ஒரு கிளாரிஃபிகேஷன்.
ஹலோ வணக்கம்.
வெல்கம் பேக் டு another episode of அடபோச்சே.
எஸ், இந்த வாரமும் ஜவர் இல்ல, ஆனா அடுத்த வாரம் வருவாருன்னு
நம்பிக்கை.
Don't lose hope. We might be able to push him away yet.
சரி, இந்த வாரம் டாபிக் போயிடுவோமா?
Yes, ஆமா டாபிக்
இது டாபிக்கே இல்ல. Freestyle தான் பண்ணுவோம்.
We are going to freestyle, but
are we doing cooking?
Yeah, so I thought about something la while the whole day, like நேற்று யுவாவோட மனைவி வந்து யுவா எப்படி ஒரு நல்ல சமையல்காரர்னு அவங்களோட இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்ல போட்டிருந்தாங்க. So he was talking about slow cook chicken, right? And
25 minutes. 25 minutes low heat.
So I've seen, you cook even in Scotland also. You've done some cooking as well. So it made me thought, சமைக்கிறது, how important is that skill? Because imagine if, let's say, Grab, Gojek, or all this food panda, Deliveroo, everything shut down, right? What's the source of food? What, canned food? Is it like, what are we going to do?
Wikipedia da.
Yes. House sauce. So நேர்களுக்கு புரியலனா, இப்ப யுவா வந்து கோழி சாப்பிட்டு இருக்காரு. ஸோ கோழி சாப்பிட்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்காரு. அவர் போய் சாஸ் எடுக்கிறேன்னு சொன்னாரு. நான் விக்கிபீடியான்னு ஒரு நல்ல ஜோக்கா சொன்னேன். So yeah, that's the point.
Give them some ASMR now.
Yeah. இல்ல ஒன்னும் கேட்கல. பின்னாடி ப்ரூஸ் வந்து நான் ஏன் என்ன பண்றேன்னு கேட்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்கான்.
He wants the chicken, the fucker. I opened the curry sauce. You just come here standing there already.
Powder.
He's not supposed to eat, right? Curry sauce.
No. Curry sauce.
Don't give him human food. Most apple da.
So that's the topic that I want to discuss today. Like, get your thoughts. Samikkaradu, how important is that skill? How important is that for survival? Let's ask Sharif.
He's busy eating da.
Yes, please. Sharif, answer first.
Simply put, you want to live, you need to cook.
That's why you want to live, you need to eat da.
Yeah, you live to eat. Sorry, and we eat to live also. So,
but gym goers vera. We eat to lift.
No, it's extremely important. Even though, okay, or confession. எனக்கு சமைக்க தெரிஞ்ச டிஷ்னா is very simple. Pasta, rice, cook the chicken thigh or chicken breast. More or less அவ்வளவுதான். Because seafoodலாம் எனக்கு சமைக்க தெரியாது. I don't know how to.
Seafood complicated lah. Cleaning.
Seafood is just your seafood lah.
You see the food, yeah. And then the basic stuff lah, you to boil potato, make a sandwich. I mean, make a sandwich is.
You should consider cooking.
Illa, Sharif just went on mute.
I don't know how I went on mute. How did I get on mute?
I don't know. He was nicer that way.
Yeah.
I see.
So you're saying boiled potato.
Yeah, boiling potato, maybe even vegetable boil பண்ணது. I think it's making a salad. All is necessary things you need to do also. At least for the basic dishes, if you know how to cook right, I think it's enough. You see those university students who live in boarding school இருப்பாங்க. Illathi they live in the campusலயே தங்குவாங்க. They learn how to cook simple dishes lah. And most when you hear them describe what they eat, right? Sometimes வந்து cup noodles இருக்கலாம். Sometimes it can be canned food. But over time they realize the importance of knowing how to cook because they save a lot of money from that.
True. Especially when you move
nutrition viewpoint in the bata, like your carbohydrates, your protein, fats, micronutrients, and everything like or cost viewpoint in the bata is better for you to cook rather than find canned food or eat outside.
Yes.
I mean, you bring up a good point about university and all that. ஏன்னா especially boarding school இருக்கிறவங்க வந்து இவன் ஏன் இப்போ ஜிம்முக்கு சாரி
இல்லடா இல்ல வந்து தட்டன
what he saying
செல்லமா தட்டனியா
yes
இல்ல so boarding school இருக்கிறவங்க வந்து it's like you definitely get the first hand experience of cooking, you know. அது வந்து it's more like a survival you need. But then we live in an era where ஒரு ஃபோன் தட்டினாலே போதும் கிராப் ஃபுட்டில் வந்து டெலிவர் பண்ணுவாங்க, ஃபுட் பேண்டால இருந்து டெலிவர் பண்ணுவாங்க. You know, we even had a discussion how important is like cooking. அது ஒரு எபிசோட்ல நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணியிருந்தோம். நீங்களாம்
ஃபோனை தட்டினா டெலிவரி ஒன்றும் வரல.
ஏன்னா ஒன்ன மாதிரி மரமண்டைக்கு எப்படிடா வரும்? முடிய வந்து ஒரு சைக்கோ மாதிரி வச்சுக்கிட்டு
கூந்தல் மேன்.
ஓகேடா, பட்
அழகான கர்லிங் ஹேர்.
But you know how important, especially in this era where you can get food so readily accessible. Deliveroo இருக்கு, food panda இருக்கு, grab இருக்கு, Gojek. You know how important is that to you? You are
cooking?
Especially
money da. Especially after.
Especially in an era where there's food delivery options, which is
I did. Sorry to cut you off. But I did that, the whole delivery thing, especially after I move out, right? Is you realize how expensive and how, I mean, you already know, but when you do it, it's damn romba vela, like சாப்பாடு order பண்ணி சாப்பிடுறது, and அது நாள் போக செய்ய, right? It's like just you realize how much money you're burning, and then you go to the grocery shop one time, you realize that you're paying like 5-6 times more when you order on delivery, all that, and அது நாள் போக, right? Even if you do it for a few months, after a while you will add up, and then you realize that you cannot sustain. So by then அதனாலேயே you'll end up if let's say you all move out, parents வீட்டை விட்டு வெளியே move out பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா, you'll over time you'll eventually end up cooking, from what I've seen, which is what I'm doing also lah. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி actually எனக்கு சமைக்க தெரியும், but very limited. Like Sharif சொன்ன மாதிரி, it was a very if I look back at it now, right, it was very basic and just suited to my needs only. Because like நமக்குலாம் ஜிம் போனா you just care about carbohydrates, protein, all that, settled, that's all. இப்போ வந்து now you like a partner, all that, right? So I cannot cook like that anymore.
Got to cater to
her taste also.
Yeah.
So I picked up a bit more stuff like, and it's not as complicated as it may seem to sell a pair. I think the tricky part is how you make it taste very nice. But cooking itself, to come with something basic, right? You can just follow a recipe, but to tweak it and to put your own spin on it, that's when your own eye and your own senses of smell, taste, everything come in lah. But அது வந்து cook பண்றதுக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நேரம் எடுக்கும். That's the only downside. And சமைச்சிட்ட பிறகு அது கழுவ வேற செய்யணும், அந்த மங்கு கரண்டி. I hate that.
I love that.
I fucking hate washing up.
Especially அந்த சட்டில வந்து ஏதாச்சும் செஞ்சாக்கா அதை போட்டு சொரண்டு வா ஷோ.
No, I cannot. ஏன்னா I use non-stick pan. So சொரண்ட முடியாது. Like எவ்வளவு தேய்ச்சாலும் கொஞ்சம் எண்ணெய் இருக்கும் அவ்வளவு. So it's very leceh. So that's the only thing I don't like about cooking is the washing up. I hate that. But before that, and the சமைக்கிறது itself, I enjoy the process of it, because எனக்கு வந்து as much as I follow recipe and timing all that, when it comes to timing and whether something is done, I go according to how I want the food to look and how it's boiling and things like that. So for example, வந்து a few weeks ago I tried this chicken stew, which I did the first time two weeks ago, I think, and it turned out nice. But I put my own spin on the way I cut the garlic, everything, and the heating all, I don't see time. I go according to how it looks, because they say in the stew must be thicker than soup, right? So soup, when you put water to boil, it boils a bit faster and quicker. When you simmer something like a stew, right, the bubble's supposed to burst a bit slower compared to a soup. So these are little things that you look at to make sure that it's prepared well and things like that lah. So yeah, it's enjoyable if you like to play around. If rush செஞ்சிட்டு all that, then it might be a chore lah. But I hate washing up lah. Washing up is a chore.
தூலாங் சூப் சாப்பிட்டா செம்மையா இருக்கும்டா. முட்டியோட தூலாங் சூப்.
Kalang lah. The best.
Do you all eat tulang?
Yeah,
I don't eat tulang.
I hate tulang.
I like the bone marrow.
It's like a heart attack recipe.
Not the tulang merah. Normally when you know mutton
green
biryani,
colour
when you have the bone marrow, I just sometimes
I don't like tulang sir. Like very powdery leh.
I eat the soup. And the soup நான் சாப்பிடுவேன்.
Soup.
But the fat I don't like. Because the mutton fat, I eat mutton, but the fat content in it, right? No good.
Yeah, really no. It's cholesterol number one da.
Yes. What about you, Sharif? Speaking of cholesterol number one, what are your thoughts? Cooking versus like, the convenience of buying.
cholesterol number one சொல்லிட்டு அதிகமா சூத்து குழம்பு இருக்கிறது இந்த குரூப்ல இருக்கிறது வந்து நான் தான் சொல்ல
இல்ல அதெல்லாம் சொல்லி தெரிய வேண்டியதுல some things are better well explained.
Sorry, repeat the question.
So convenience food versus grab food, இந்த மாதிரி ஏறல வந்து how do you sustain the cooking, how do you overcome that challenge?
Okay, in the grab food panda delivery வந்து it's actually a very very big temptation because உன் கையிலே வந்து you can have the most convenient way of having food. Doorstep குள்ளேயே there'll be a guy coming to deliver your food, whatever food you want. It's a big temptation, and அது தடக்க வந்து you just have to watch your bank balance lah, because அது வந்து அந்த சில ஆப் இந்த மாதிரி ஆப்ல வந்து your card is linked to the app, what so உனக்கு தெரியாமலே you order one and then you later you see your bank balance, right? I spend this much on food panda, is it
காசு போச்சே?
Yeah. So இந்த மாதிரி like in the people should really try to avoid eating out so much unless you can afford it. So what I think people should remember is that அடிப்படையாக வந்து everyone needs to know how to cook from raw ingredients to something edible as a life skill. And without that வந்து you are எப்படி சொல்றது, you are,
I would honestly say handicap.
Yes, I would say there's something you seriously need to learn. இது இந்த fancy dishலாம் தேவையில்ல, but you even if you are able to cook a boiled rice and you're able to even make tea or something, it's enough. Rice, cook some meat, have some protein sources. Yeah. even you make scrambled eggs also. I think it's actually very good also.
நீ சொன்ன ஆர்டர் இருக்குல, cook rice and make tea. Usually சோறு ஆக்குனா கறி ஆக்குவாங்க. Cook rice, you pour tea and then when the tea is a curry.
No, tea சாப்பிடணும்னு ஆசையா இருந்துச்சு. So suddenly the tea entered my mind. I'll go have some tea later.
Yes.
Yeah. So please don't ever resort to daily you order Grab and food. You really affect your bank balance.
Will you make your tea or will you order your tea?
Of course, make my tea lah. ஆனா மசாலா டீ செய்யறது வந்து is a skill. உண்மையில.
It's easy.
No, it's a skill like having boiling the tea and then you have to put all the masala and all that.
It's easy.
Bit leche.
Very easy to make. அது வந்து தூள்ல செஞ்சாக்க is very easy to make.
Oh, you need the prepared
தே தூள் இல்ல தே தூள். Then you just put the கிராம்பு பட்டை and all that masala tea.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you enjoy cooking,
I love cooking.
Nice. So far,
but somehow or other, I haven't cooked in a very long time. I love cooking. I just haven't cooked in a very long time.
Your party cooks, is it?
Yeah. And she's very OCD. She's very OCD for the kitchen.
I know. That's why நான் வந்து என் அம்மா வீட்டில் இருக்கும்போது even though I sometimes wanted to go and try out stuff, right, I never did it because அங்கே போனால், right, there will be an extra pair of eyes looking at whatever you're doing, giving you commentary. So அதனாலே I just stayed away.
It's not a commentary, but it's more of like, will I burn down the kitchen? Even though she has confidence that she knows I can cook. It's just her zone lah in that sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can cook. I remember cooking. I remember my first dish. I cooked some chicken koli curry, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I had to throw away everything. And the second round I did tom yum soup, and I made like one pane for just one person. And that was too spicy, so I had to throw it away. So after a lot of failures, என்னன்னா அந்த சமைக்கிறதுல வந்து பியூட்டி என்னன்னா you get to test, add your own flavors, add your own spin to it. Keep practicing, and now I enjoy cooking. I know how to cook. நடுக்காட்டில் விட்டா கூட காட்டில் என்ன செடி இதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு can just cook very easily. So in that sense.
Wait, do you know how to make fire?
No, I don't.
That means you cannot cook easily.
You cannot cook lah.
Idiot, obviously I know, right? That's the first skill you have to learn.
You know how to make fire using sticks, like twigs.
It's actually very difficult, you know.
It looks simple,
it's not easy.
கை உள்கை வந்து தேஞ்சு போயிடும் really.
But I learned how to make that in NS. They thought சொல்லி கொடுத்தாங்க. And then கல்லாலையும் இது அப்புறம் ஊதுனோம். It's very complicated.
YouTubeல வந்து there'll be a few people, right? How to say, they like ஒரு காட்டுல வந்து this few people, ஒரு வெள்ளக்காரர் இருப்பான், then another channel will be one Indian guy also. காட்டுல வந்து இருப்பாங்க, and then they do everything from scratch, like building a mud house from scratch, and you know, building fire pit from scratch and all that. Very interesting. I just got reminded of that.
Yeah. But then, you know, coming back to the question, even though I said I enjoy cooking, right? Nowadays, recently, I should say, I do more grab food or food panda in that sense. Because, like, if a situation, we can't really go out and buy vegetables and all that. Now only we start practicing like Amazon fresh delivery and the money. But usually what I do is like grab food or something like that. It's convenient in that sense. Yeah, but my next target is to actually sort of cook the best biryani if possible.
Actually, that's one of my goals also.
Yeah.
Like Ramadan masathula வந்து like I really have this vision. Once I move out, right, I just want to have cook my own dum biryani, and then before breaking fast, I want to deliver to all my friends and families lah.
To me, like my favorite dish is biryani, and I want to ensure that I have the best biryani. I can cook the best biryani. Pizza, I have done it. Biryani is something where I know that I have to master that skill. If I can do that.
So from like cooking, right? Baking patti pesvom, like we just have a small topic. What like in the baking, how important do you think is baking compared to the whole like cooking thing? Because baking, when you say baking, right, if mind enna thodudana is just a muffin, bake cake and all that, right? Yeah, but but one thing which could be important, if you want to cook healthy, right, you can bake bake pasta, bake lasagna, bake the baked chicken rice irukla. Yeah, all that will be, it's a good alternative as well. Like, have you tried baking, any one of you?
I have done it. I started off baking as well. Yeah, FNB class. FNN. No, not FNN. What is that course you do in
FNB? Home economics.
Home economics, yes. Home economics. So home economics class, I still remember I made cereal prawns, baking the cakes, muffin and the mari. That used to be fun. But I would say baking is more of like a fun activity rather than survival. So baking is more like, it's a good skill to have. But I would say the அடிப்படை skill இருக்க வேண்டியது வந்து சோறாக்க முடியுமா இல்ல like அந்த sandwich, something very very basic, hitting your proteins அந்த மாதிரி, hitting your nutrients. நம்ம உடம்புக்கு தேவை nutrients வந்து அதை சமைக்க முடியுமான்றது I think it's அடிப்படை. அது மேல லேயர் பண்றது தான் இந்த பேக்கிங் மற்ற இதெல்லாம், in my opinion. இவா
yeah, I mean அது வந்து இல்லை வேற கேட்டகரிஸ் தான். Baking usually people do as more of like hobby generally lah, not like சாப்பாடு வேணும்னு bake, then they're going to bake something. It doesn't really work that way.
It's not the first thing in your mind, right? Hey, சாப்பாடு வேணும், okay, let's bake something.
Yeah. Because you associate your meal with cooking.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's like different. Like baking ஒரு தனி கேட்டகரின்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். Because நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்து they cannot cook but they can bake. If that makes sense. Yeah, like you ask them to make like chicken rice or some curry or something, they cannot do. But you ask them to bake a nice cupcake.
Same thing for me. I can bake like brownies and muffins, but this complicated chicken
brownies.
I also can make brownies.
காலையில் 8 மணிக்கு
உங்கள் கக்குசில்.
But yeah, it's a common thing lah. Like I don't know why also. It's different sciences lah.
Yeah.
ஏன்னா ரெண்டையும் பண்றது is like very different technicalities, different set of skills involved. So yeah, but both enjoyable. நான் ரெண்டையும் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் and I started a baking first, which I actually enjoyed to like enjoy a lot lah. But the only thing about baking is that it's a generally longer process.
Yes. சமைக்கிறதே ஒரு பெரிய process.
Yeah, so baking இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு you need to wait super long. Like அது நல்லா வரதுக்கு and if you cock up one whole batch gone. And that's the only
maybe the first batch and the second batch when you know how long you need to wait, right?
Yeah.
And the waiting time you can just substitute the other things, clean the kitchen or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah lah. That's the thing with baking. But you both have. So Sharif, I think you just said you enjoy. But if do you enjoy baking or cooking more?
Cooking.
Why?
I somehow or other தெரியல எனக்கு அந்த I calculate time equals money. Or and at the time I can be doing something more productive. That's how I calculate time effectively. So சமைக்கிறதுல வந்து I look at okay, I need this for survival, so I'm happy to dedicate that time. With baking I feel like it's just a fancy layer.
Yeah.
I've always thought of it that way. So I can bake, but given a choice between cooking and baking, cooking.
Unless you need to like instead of frying potatoes, you just bake the potatoes, which is
no, I'm not talking about that kind of baking. I'm talking about baking as in like the cupcakes, that. Anna, you actually make a good point. Some people may not be able to cook, but they actually do very good baking, like kueh tarts or something like that. So maybe their skills are better suited in that sense.
I guess so.
But I would still think that they have a base of cooking. They might be able to do just one good thing.
Yeah.
Very simply put, mutta porikalana, please learn how to fry the egg. Just like அடிப்படை.
Scramble egg செய்யறது வந்து எப்பவுமே அந்த I use the Gordon Ramsay method.
பால் போட்டு
like and the
keep stirring, low heat.
Keep stirring without on the heat and off the heat also. So yeah, you do make good eggs from there. Yup.
I mean, like முட்டை பொரிக்கிறது also like there's a I mean if you are like if you want a decent meal or like frying egg is a quick way to like சமைச்சு சாப்பிடுறதுக்கு because முட்டை very fast will get cooked, right?
Yeah. And it's filling, so it's pretty simple.
How many egg you put lah. But he give me 1 or 2 egg, I'll throw back at you. I'm not feeling that.
Minimum 3 eggs now.
நீங்களா பயல்வான் மாதிரி வாழ்ந்துருக்கீங்கடா. நான் நார்மல் ஹியூமன்
2 egg where got feeling.
நான் நார்மல் ஹியூமன் பீயிங்ஸ் பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
2 egg feeling for
2
you.
2 egg as a side dish maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But 2 egg feeling for you. You don't
okay
egg.
lah.
You don't egg. Like your meal is just 2 eggs.
Should be okay. Should be okay.
Hey, really, I go see you eat biryani all before.
I'm serious. I eat because I love eating. But if you're talking about just filling up my stomach, right? 2 eggs is enough.
Hey, 2 eggs cannot fill anyone's stomach, da.
No.
என்னோட fill up பண்ணுடா. என்னோட fill up பண்ணும்.
Nonsense. Unless yours already half full of shit. That's why I say 2 eggs.
கப்பல போயிட முடிச்சிட்டானே. I have this question for both of you. So I just want to tell you like the biggest mistake. Like my first dish was a cock up. Thai tom yum soup senja is like a cock up as well. What were the biggest cock ups that you all made in terms of cooking? Let's start with Sharif.
Cooking cock up.
ஆழ்ந்து யோசிக்கிறத பார்த்தாக்கா ரொம்ப cock up பண்ணிருப்பாரு.
இல்ல நான் மோஸ்ட்லி செய்யறது the simple dish, so I rarely cock up with that. So cock up சொல்ல போனா I think no, I can't remember. Someone has to
I can remember lah. Mine is not I cock up the recipe or anything, but very young time. I think ஒரு sec 1 sec 2 like I knew how, like I'm making half boiled egg. So I got the boil everything nicely done lah, like crack open it's nicely like liquidy and the yolk was nicely cooked and all that. So அதெல்லாம் okay. The only cock up I did right when I pouring the soya sauce, cap விழுந்துட்டு, so the whole soya sauce fell on the whole day.
Very good da.
So instead of half boiled egg, you made soya egg.
I make soya sauce with a little bit of egg. After that, சரி ட்ரை பண்ணோன்னு பார்த்தேன், முடியலடா. I threw everything away.
ரெண்டு முட்டை?
Yeah, ரெண்டு முட்டை. I didn't even bother putting the pepper da.
உப்பு போட்டியா?
மூஞ்சில போடுறேன்டா. Yes, but yours like பாரு.
அதான் சொன்னேன்ல கோழிக்கறி. I don't even know what the hell I did. கோழிக்கறி tom yum soup வந்து எக்ஸ்ட்ரா சில்லி படிடா. ரொம்ப நல்லா அழகா போட்டேன். Yeah. Actually, now I think about it, there was one time I did ayam penyet. The first time I ever did. Too much of inji pundu. So actually instead of ayam penyet, it became inji pundu chicken.
இல்ல ஐயம் பெரிய பண்ணாம உன் கை வந்து your hand you பெரியல. That's why.
Yes. Yes. So that was
பெரிய வந்து மலையில வந்து is called smash or break or something like that.
என்னால ஆளுக்குடா அதான் ஸ்மாஷ் பண்ணிக்கிறேன்.
Smash.
What about you, Sharif? Coming back to you, you know.
Coming back to the point. Walk up பண்ணுடா.
So ஏதோ பெருசா cook பண்ணிருப்பான்.
I would say not cooking but baking. First time brownie செய்யும் போது I really messed up the whole thing. மூஞ்சில brownie செய்றேன்டா. இருடா.
Felix கையோடா.
Yeah. So first time வந்து I really over bake பண்ணிட்டேன். So is you cannot eat lah. So the whole batch was wasted. Really.
But all these are learning
lessons. It really a learning lesson. So அடுத்த வாட்டி you know what to know and do. நீ mistake செய்வே. ஆனா is the process of refining your art of baking or cooking or whatever it is until you get the perfect dish that you want or dessert.
You know what's the secret recipe in any cooking?
காதல், love. Yeah, love.
அது நம்ம ரெசிபி நீ எங்க படிச்சாலும் the amount of love, affection and involvement you put in. இப்போ நீ சொன்ன நீ வந்து இந்த ஸ்டியூ பண்றப்ப you don't look at the time, you look at, you know, how you just look at the bubble boil பண்ணதா, or you have some factors to actually consider before, you know, saying it's ready. All this are out of affection and love, I should say, and you know, putting in that effort to make sure that food tastes good. And you also made a good point earlier. சமைச்சாக்கா அவசரத்தில் சமைக்கிறது is just a chore. Usually those dishes are pretty crappy. That is why I would say வெளி சாப்பாடு வந்து doesn't really taste as good as வீட்டு சாப்பாடு. ஏன்னா
அது அவசரத்தை செய்வாங்க.
It's a chore. அது ஒருத்தரோட வேலை. அதே இது வீட்டில் என் பாட்டி சமைக்கிறது வந்து wonderful. வீட்டில் உங்க அம்மா சமைக்கிறது வந்து wonderful.
Indeed.
அது வந்து ஒரு job site. But yes.
True lah. But ideally, right? Like, how often do you guys see yourself cooking? Like, let's say you all move out your own house.
Every day, actually, if I have my own place.
Weekdays mostly.
And you have a job.
Yeah, every day.
Weekdays mostly.
And you're not working from home.
I would still try to do every day. ஏன்னா the factors I have to consider is, இப்போ நான் வந்து தனி கொடுத்தன போயிட்டேன், வீட்டு செலவை பார்த்துக்கணும், கன்ஃபார்ம் சில செலவு வந்து மண்டேல ஏறும். ஸோ அதை வந்து when we consider with சாப்பாடு செலவு, have to cook lah.
பையன் ரொம்ப இன்னசென்டா பதில் கொடுக்குறான்.
ஏண்டா
நீ வாழ்ந்து பாடுறா.
இல்ல I mean have to, no choice.
நானும் சொந்த வீட்டில் இருந்தோம் அதான் சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருந்தேன். எவ்ரிடே கூப்பிடா வீக்கன் கூப்பிடா ஓட பண்ண மாட்டோம்டா. வீட்டுக்கு வா வந்து தெரியும் வீட்டு வேலை இருக்கு இது இருக்கு அது இருக்கு.
Instant noodle கூடடா. That's also considered cooking lah.
It's not considered cooking.
I mean
actually there's a sort of a life hack. Life hack nu சொல்ல முடியுமா? So in the what I've seen right is சில couple வந்து weekend பயன்படுத்தி they use the whole weekend just to not the whole weekend lah, maybe a good part of the morning they used to meal prep for the whole week. So the lunch petty la adiki they used to they eat the same thing lah, but you know what to do. It's something to save time with lah, which is I think is good also.
But then I have to point out something
Those
here.
fit couples anyway.
I have to point out something here. நான் வந்து தனி குடுத்தனம் போறது சொன்னது வந்து நான் தனியா தனி குடுத்தனம் போறது. கல்யாணம் பண்ணிட்டு போறது இல்ல.
That's even worse.
I'm not going to probably move into a big space. I'm probably going to move into a studio or something like that.
நான் பெரிய மாளிகையில இருக்கேன் பாரு.
சொந்த வீடு தானே.
Yeah, but I with two people ready. We doing housework. We ourselves don't have enough time to juggle everything and cook very fancy. Two people.
You see, the point is right. Two people, there is a commitment there. You need to spend time with each other. You get there's some sort of time allocation to that. To me, single you have more time.
Yeah.
In a way, but
to a certain extent.
I disagree. It's the job that takes up your time.
But I'm pretty sure you can do it in such a way where I'm pretty sure Tanya we are diving into a different topic. But the
it's
point
a freestyle episode, man.
Yes, no, we're diving into the digression where I think single there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
And more cons in actually now I'm looking at it. But the pros is time. You have time. You have time that you dictate. Because when you move in with a partner, you're got to consider them as a factor. You got to think about them.
No, but is your job that takes up your time, to be honest. It's not so much your partner. That one, because when you move out and live in your own house, right, the priorities are a little bit different. It's not it's not I want to spend time with you, I want to do this and do that, and then you check housework. It's like you cannot spend time together because you know there's housework to do. So
but then I'm saying that you own that timetable. You get what I mean?
That's the same as being single, right?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about being single. You own that timetable. I don't need, so I can do housework at any time I want. What?
You don't get my point. I'm saying that within your limited waking hours, you still have housework to do. You still have cooking to do. You still have your job to do. I'm not even factoring in spending time with your partner here.
And I'm also need to say that you're cooking for one person instead of two.
No, that one doesn't change.
No,
from experience,
does.
that one doesn't change.
It does for me, because like for example, when I cook for me, time is lesser. I will cook one dish only. But now in குடும்பத்துக்கு சமைக்கிறப்ப I have to cook a few dishes.
குடும்பம் how many people?
Sorry, let's say I cook for my sister also lah. As an example, I have to cook a couple more dishes.
Yeah lah. With you and one plus one is different. Compared to you plus two or three. That one will definitely take more time.
Yeah, I 2 or 3 leave it out of the pain. But you plus one, you still need to do a bit more in that sense.
Yeah.
It's a 5-10 minute extra work in that one.
Really?
No, yeah, it doesn't take. You're cooking whatever you are going to eat in a larger portion. That's all. It's not like times 2. It's like times 1.5 only.
I don't know. I've always thought that maybe when you're alone, there's more time. I just thought like that because you have more time. I don't know.
This way. If even if you're single or in a marriage, right, there's X amount of housework, no matter what house you go to. At the end of the day, the housework you do in a marriage is X divided by 2. In an ideal marriage lah. X divided by 2. So half X. You will end up doing the whole X.
But then there's another factor to consider here is like your lifestyle. So why I'm saying that I will have time is my lifestyle is if my waking hours is 18 hours, I'll probably have 17 hours at home.
Yeah.
Because of my current.
That 1 hour I go gym, that's all. So 18 waking hours, right? So 17 hours, 1 hour gym.
Same.
Very nice, lah. Very nice.
No, really, it's not as when it's not as easy as it sounds. When and it's not as all rainbows and sunshine as it sounds when you think like
No, it's not. It's never.
Like it's quick and all that, because it's never going to be in a way. I mean, you might have certain flexibility over your time, but in like when you move out, if let's say you're with a partner or single also, right? Over time, and the housework is the one that will end up taking priority. And it's not a bad thing, but it's like you get used to it. Like ஏன்னா வீடு like messy இருக்கிறது பார்க்கிறது like is very annoying. So you'll end up spending time to that, despite having flexibility and all that. You can do it later in the day, early in the day, or whatever, right? But if you want to maintain a proper household, you will have to do it daily, and that will take some time, no matter whether you do it in the morning or at the night. So அதெல்லாம் வச்சுக்கிட்டு then you still got your weekly things to do, like weekly housework and all that, and on top of that you got your cooking, all that, right? Is you need to plan, you need to manage. Unless you got one of those வேலை that you strictly you can end on time, you strictly you can start on time, and it's very routine, then it's a little bit hard to plan. So it really depends on a lot of factors.
I think then the question here is, right, do you use an app to buy food, or do you use an app to get a helper?
Yeah, no, actually, you know what a lot of people do? They do their weekly chores, right? And then மாசத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை or ரெண்டு தடவை they get a part-time helper to do for a few hours for the lecce stuff.
Yeah.
The window clean பண்றது, that kind.
Window, fridge clean பண்றது, all that. That's how people do. So yeah, that's how people save time also, because daily you got your vacuuming all that down, you can do lah. But அந்த லேச்சே பிடிச்ச வேலை, அந்த ஜன்னல் கழுவுறது, ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் எல்லாம் எடுத்து தொடச்சி உள்ள வச்சு all that, move the cabinet or everything, that's those lecce ones only people rather just pay to do. And now it's actually those part-time helpers are quite affordable also.
Yeah, so I think then the question will be like, do you use the app to buy the time of a part-time helper, or do you use the app to buy the food?
Choice கொடுத்தா, I think I'd rather have the helper.
See, I'd rather have the helper also.
Yeah. You can focus time on actually preparing something that's going inside your body.
And the part-time helper thing is cheaper than certain foods that you buy.
Yeah.
இல்லை part-time helper வந்து அவங்க hours எவ்வளவு அது வந்து calculate பண்ணாக்கா
usually 20 to 30, sometimes 15 to 30, depends.
Even if we put 100 just as for argument's sake, சாப்பாடு வந்து ஆர்டர் பண்றது வந்து 300-400 வெள்ளி கிட்ட வரும் ஒரு மாசத்துக்கு.
நல்லா.
So yeah,
it's this adulting problems. But yeah, man, you know why like I was so persistent about refuting your point, because I was saying exactly whatever you said last time.
I don't know.
That's why when you said, I was thinking innocent-ஆ சொல்லிட்டான் பையன். நான் சொன்னேன் ஒரு 365 days முன்னாடி தான் இதை சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருந்தேன்.
டேய் மச்சான், நான் சிங்கிள்டா.
It's not about single or not. You keep harping on that point.
That was my thinking. I'm single, so everything I do is times 1.
Okay, you imagine running a company on your own, and imagine running a company with someone helping you. It's same thing, your house. You have flexibility over your time. You can be the boss, right? But shit needs to get done.
I've never thought of it from a company point of view. I was thinking of it my time. How I as an individual would.
You can think of it that way, right? If you're going to be negligent about your household. Oh, I didn't see you today, I can see you tomorrow. Oh, and I watched the this week, I can watch next week.
That's a very good point.
That's why you do that if you're going to be negligent. And that's the gateway to being negligent. Because, I got flexibility over time in my house. Okay, I can see you tomorrow, fuck it. Then you end up not sweeping for 3 days.
Why automated robotic?
That's why.
Automation! Yes! Automation!
That's why when you actually like want to maintain it, right? அது கொஞ்சம் effort and நாள் எடுக்கும். And an extra pair of hands does help.
So yeah, that was a very good insightful conversation. Cooking. From cooking, then we dive into how chores will actually take up time. And it doesn't matter whether you're individual, whether you're single or a couple.
Yes.
So yeah, நேர்களே இதை கேட்டுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா please pick up the skill of cooking. Yes. That's highly recommended by the Vadaboje team.
Yeah.
With that, we are diving into Vadakadaigal.
I will take the Vadakadai. First one
go ahead,
is the Spider-Man trailer. இப்பதான் வெளிய வந்துச்சு.
Wow, yes. It's a good trailer.
Yeah, I've been hyped up for this movie since I first heard the கொஞ்சம் silent rumblings about certain things that might happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like childhood, if you ask me who are my 3 favorite heroes, I'll tell you Batman, Spider-Man and Wolverine. These are my 3 favorites.
Yeah.
I would say Batman, Superman and Mugamudi.
Honorable mention for me is Kanthasamy.
Honorable mention வந்து அண்ணியன்டா. அவன் உண்மையான சூப்பர் ஹீரோ. அகும் பகும் காதல் சுகம்.
He's the first superhero to take email messages as a request.
Andiyan.com.
Yeah. So yeah, we're following Spider-Man since like this is the animated series, the X-Men time, the early 90s. Yeah. So yeah, எனக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு பர்சனலி பிடிச்ச ஒரு கேரக்டர். என் சைல்ட்ஹுட்ல இருந்து டோபி மெகுவயர்ல இருந்து ஆண்ட்ரூ கார்ஃபீல்ட்ல இருந்து டாம் ஹாலண்ட்ல வரைக்கும் பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன் அவங்களோட படத்தை. And I mean there's a quote unquote possibility that all 3 Spider-Man are going to be in the movie lah. So it's quite exciting. They more or less confirmed it without even showing their faces lah.
Yeah.
So and the படத்தை I think exactly 1 month more. December 17 lah.
We all should watch together really.
Yeah. So hopefully the rules are okay by then lah.
I think it will be even bigger than
Endgame, right?
Yeah.
I know. It looks
because
like
of in the how they are merging, different.
Yeah.
Together.
So yeah, it's exciting to see lah, and I just can't wait lah. Very hyped up for it.
இதுல ஒரு சின்ன பிரச்சனை இருக்கு. I don't know how to. Okay, I have to take the time to explain to my wife about why is it so important to watch.
Oh, you know what I did? I knew that the movie gonna come out, right? So what I told Ashwini was, okay, we watch Spider-Man 1. I just made a small commitment.
Okay.
Watch Spider-Man 1, the Tobey Maguire one.
Yeah.
Then I said, hey, there's a part 2. It's better than first one.
Yeah.
Watch. Part 3, there's another Spider-Man. Okay. Watch everything. Read that. Say, okay. There's a Spider-Man movie gonna come out, right? There's possibly gonna merge all the Spider-Man together. Then I make her rewatch Homecoming, Far From Home. Then I'm going away home.
So did you explain to Ashwini like in the how Marvel lost its rights to Sony, the whole history?
I explained that when she asked why Andrew Garfield was like a new Spider-Man. Then she asked why Tom Holland was another Spider-Man. Then I explained lah, like different studio, different rights, all that. Then I told her without revealing. I said that after you watched the Andrew Garfield one, right? She watched finish. Then I told her, okay, now Marvel acquired the rights, right? There's a possibility that the first 2 Spider-Man are going to be acting together with the latest Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then got her interested to rewatch the new ones, like the MCU ones.
Yeah. Correct.
And then once that was done, then I show her the teaser trailer. Then I say, okay, now you're on board. Now you have been introduced and orientated.
Why is very interesting because இப்போ வந்து it's just nice the timing right in the Infinity War and Endgame முடிஞ்சு. Now they are going to explore the possibility. MCU is going to explore the possibility of வெவ்வேறு உலகங்கள், வெவ்வேறு like universes. So it's just nice that this it's just the perfect timing to introduce this different Spider-Man from this. So நாங்க as the audience right, we can see the whole entirety of it lah.
எனக்கு டோபி மகேரை பார்த்தா போதும்டா.
Yeah, same.
The OG Spider-Man.
OG Spider-Man.
I think I want one scene. I want 2 scenes. This one, the first scene Ashwini actually told me she wanted to see. You know what the Spider-Man meme where they stand and point at each other? I want them to do that. And number 2, right? Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland both use cartridges for the web, right?
Yeah.
I want Tobey Maguire to just shoot out his they both like jealous.
Yeah. That would be a good one.
Okay, next one.
I got 2 வடகதைல. ஒரு 1 வடகதை வந்து இப்போ வந்து நார்கோஸ் மெக்சிகோ சீசன் 3 இப்போ இந்த காலையில வந்து I just finish watching the season 3.
நான் அத வந்த நாளே முடிச்சிட்டேன்டா.
So it's
நான் ஆரம்பிக்கவே இல்ல.
You haven't seen Narcos at all, is it?
I've seen Narcos everything, but now I never watched the latest one.
I felt disappointed.
Okay, initially வந்து I felt disappointed with how it ended, but யோசி நினைக்கும் போது I feel that I feel there is a justice to why they end like that, because like frankly as சொல்ல போனா there is season 1 the guys already said there is no ending to this, and I feel that in the money like in the I don't want to spoil the whole series for anyone, but how they ended is வந்து ஒரு closing இல்ல. I would say there's no closure. And I feel it's better because there is no closure in the real life as well. So I feel better.
I think closure தவிர there were a lot of gaps in between that were not filled.
Yeah.
So அதுதான் எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் disappointing இருந்துச்சு. But then I like you said, I can understand why they had to end it.
Yeah.
I can understand.
Spoiler alert. Did you see the end credit scene?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I won't spoil because Yuva haven't watched it. Because in real life, வந்து படிச்சு போனா the person involved in that whole thing, right? Whatever happened to him, right? The official report's very shady. Okay, second வடக்கு வந்தது yesterday. It's food சம்பந்தப்பட்ட ஒரு விஷயம். I was my friend and I really wanting to eat chicken rice. So minda நேத்து வந்து I was doing jogging lah. Jogging பண்ணும்போது I sometimes from my house I'll jog to the Paya Andi. I'll go to Juchat side. Juchat வந்து when I was jogging around Juchat road, I saw this place halal sign போட்டுருந்துச்சு. And then I saw Evertop chicken rice. So like I told my wife, okay, never mind, tomorrow, I mean next day we can go and have chicken rice lah. And and it was actually really good chicken rice. It's called Evertop chicken rice, halal. And I think I would rate it 8 upon 10 lah. It's a good chicken rice. Yeah, really, really good food. Really good food. In this whole Juchat road, right, there's a lot of like really, like, you know, people, like a lot of people don't know there's a lot of nice halal food there. So I think it's a good opportunity to explore. So. Yes. Bharaf, your vadakada?
So yeah, vadakada enna I caught up with I was talking to my old friends lah. So we were talking about shit we used to do and just brought back memories. And I found like photos. I actually found photos of my primary school and all that.
Yeah.
Class photos and all that. So I was just looking back at those memories and like good times. This was like 2000, early 2000s.
Were you the class bully or class joker or?
I was a class retard.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Podcast retard only na.
அண்ணா நீங்க சொல்றீங்களாண்ணே?
I totally agree.
முடிய வந்து
அழகான curling hair man. You actually need to cut my hair.
You are தெரியுது you know கொஞ்ச நாள் கழிச்சு வந்து you want to grow your hair like, you know, Chandru lawyer மாதிரி you want to grow your hair.
Hey, no da. No, because now that time I got lazy of. So the story about my hair, why it's so long, right? My mudi is okay, like you can see very clearly, right? I always kept combing side parting last time, and the way my hair curls, when I comb side part, it messes up at this side. So it always goes very messy down here. And it's not neat looking. So sorry, இங்க வந்து ஸ்காட்ச் டைன் வந்துகிட்டு இருக்காரு. So wait, so எனக்கு வந்து சேன் ஆயிட்டு I just wanted to do a back comb. Okay. So back comb damn easy to do. When you leave house, you can just push back and put some wax and it's already. So அதுக்கு தான் பண்ணது. So just to save my time, which is decent a bit now, if I put wax then settle it easy. So அதுக்கு தான் பண்ணேன். Though when I went to the barber, I just said, just cut the sides, keep the top back comb. And in order to do a proper back comb, your hair needs to be a bit longer. If not, it'll be spiky. So that's why I ended up growing my hair lah.
Okay.
It's because I'm lazy, bro. That's the reason.
You know what's the ultimate lazy haircut?
Botak lah.
My original haircut.
No, but you know what's the problem with a botak haircut also? The sides will grow out and you need to cut.
No, but then you need to look good when you have a botak. Salapero and they cannot pull off that look.
Yeah lah. Are you saying that you can pull it off?
Yeah.
இத வந்து மத்தவங்க சொல்லணும்.
I have been told I look good when I have very short hair. I look okay, I think.
You look okay lah. Depend on whether you smile
actually,
or not lah.
Like தாடியை வச்சுக்கிட்டு அப்படியே இந்த காஷ்மீரால இருக்கிற மாதிரி மொட்டை அடிச்சுட்டு I remember.
காஷ்மீரா ஐயோ.
Like, how you doing?
Kashmira never said that da.
This Kashmira will say that. How you doing?
Let's end the episode here.
So நேயர்களே, hope you all had an enjoyable show. அடுத்த வாரம் ஜாவரோட அரைவலுக்கு வந்து நம்மளும் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்றோம். So let's look forward to that. And yeah, with that, we are signing out.
Bye.
மீண்டும் சந்திப்போம் அடுத்த வாரம்.
அட போச்சே.